there is, see, the mind is looking for this in experience. And what I'm talking about now is that in this place of pure witnessing, you realize that you are not an experience of any kind. Because all experience is mental, and it has a beginning, a duration, and an end. It comes and goes. It all comes and goes.
See, I
so it's the last. So you're no longer identified with experience. So you're no longer seeking experience. It's no longer important. See, before as a seeker, you were seeking experience, and the mind thinks it should be a permanent experience, permanently peaceful, permanently loving, permanently wise. But there is no experience that can capture the totality of who you are.
So what you're saying is experience is a reflection or an observation or interpretation of something that happens, because the happening in itself is real. But I think you're focusing on the word experience. Is that right? As opposed to like I'm sitting here with you and I'm talking.
Well, how real is it? How real is a happening? I mean, how real is a dream? It happens, but then it's gone. So, essentially, no one is denying manifestation, but it certainly isn't who you are. It would be a big mistake to, maybe an unconscious mistake, to identify yourself with the ephemeral, the temporary.
But isn't the part of the adventure of life, which is the adventure of consciousness as it manifests itself in our incredible world, isn't the bottom line seems to be that everything is consciousness. We could probably...
Well, you're the source.
We could probably agree on our human level, whatever, on that. And then everything is a manifestation of that. And isn't it a lot to do what we do with that manifestation? Because the manifestation itself is just manifesting.
I'm not quite sure, Iain, what you're asking at this point. Can you...
Okay, if I personalise it more. So I find for myself that more and more I feel I'm living as an expression of life. Mm-hmm. Now, part of that is coming through patterns, things that I've learned, and I am a certain way because I'm programmed that way. But I'm also increasingly aware of something that's very authentic. I feel it talking now, very authentic, very real, that is just being here with you. I'm not really observing what I'm saying. I'm talking, obviously, and the talking is partly what I've learnt, but I'm just being here with you. And that is consciousness for me, being authentic, being real. I'm living. I'm not necessarily experiencing, because I'm not reflecting on what I'm saying. I'm not analysing what I'm saying. And we all seem to be unique human beings who are living our lives.
Yeah, we're a happening. You know, it's just happening. We're a happening.
I feel now we're meeting at different levels. I look at you and you're quite still and I'm quite excited. But there's a meeting there. Which we can call a happening, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts as you look at me? What happens from that side of the...
Okay, when this integrates, see, very deeply, there is non-dual emptiness, a beingness that we are, that we share. The way this manifests when it's embodied and integrated is that your life becomes, like you were describing, very spontaneous. You're not thinking, you're not in your thinking mind, you're not in time, you're not in the past, you're not in memory, you're not in expectation, you're not in anticipation, you're not in the future. You're just this. This is allowed to be as it is, and it goes unnamed, unlabeled, uncategorized, unmemorized, not put into the storehouse. So then, in the embodied way, you live life thoughtlessly. In other words, you eat without thinking. You walk without thinking. You work without thinking. The psychological self is out of the picture. Life goes on, carry wood, chop water, but there's just that. Very simple, very direct, very uncomplicated, very pure.